Well, good day to y'all. Uh, I am still here doing as much as I can in the wood shop, which when you put in 12-hour days on working on some piece of equipment, you don't have a lot of, well, at least I don't have a lot of energy left to devote myself to the project. It's not that I couldn't do them, I don't know, there's a certain amount of attention I got to give to things to be able to concentrate on what I'm doing, and I don't want to do it right, and I'm not sure I can do that. Most of all, I don't want to be really tired and stick my hand into a saw or a running drill press or some other fool thing like that, and that does happen. Fatigue will get you. So, that being said, this is kind of a mini shop update. Is about all I got. Been making things, but it's been working on stuff a little bit, and then it sets for 4-8 days, 8-10 days, whatever, and then I get back to it. So it's been kind of it would be really impossible to video it and put it together and have it make sense for you. Made a sign for over an office door, 9 by 18 sign that said office. Inlaid walnut lettering on a piece of soft maple and trimmed it with Purple Heart, so it wasn't a major, like, ooh, it was just a sign. Went around the outside of it on the router table and shaped it and put on about 5 coats of the best quality outdoor lacquer. I'll drop a little something I found out here. Not all lacquers and enamels, even though they say outdoor, are necessarily the same. Look at the label on there somewhere. It should tell you, give you some indication of the UV protection that it has, because that's what happens to your finish along with your project. Is the UV rays of the sun break down the finish, and hence you mess up your project, be it a sign or a table or a chair or a bench or whatever. So check that out. Make sure you have the best UV, and some of them will tell you that they have no UV protection at all. So one summer and that stuff is usually gone. It begins to crack and peel and well, just a mess. Okay, so what have I got today? Well, I got a little deal here that I picked up. Let me turn this camera down here so you can see it. Now, I have done these before with stuff. And if anybody out there has watched videos before, or a shop update I had, and so on and so forth, you know I'm not a purveyor of any given product. I am an economy shopper, and I would like to qualify that a little bit. Sometimes you can get so economy minded that when you buy something, it either doesn't service you well, or its lifespan is really short. So you go out and buy it again, and if you were to kind of keep track of that stuff, you would find out the $39 sander you bought that wore out in 6 months, if you happen to do a lot of finish work with a sander, really wasn't a bargain when you could have spent $89 and bought something that had either a guarantee on it, or B, was better constructed. And 2 years down the road, that $89 sander is still sanding your project, where you are on your second or third $49 sander. So when I say I'm a bargain shopper, I generally look for product names that have a track record or that I personally know of that work good. Something that's a plug and play deal, and I don't have to be skeptical if it doesn't work. Am I going to get stuck, you know, with a "hi, been nice knowing you, you're on your own" thing? And I have had that happen. So, there are brands out there that some things they make are reasonably priced and very, very good, very durable. And then there are some things out there that are reasonably priced that just don't have a very long life when you use them a lot. So that's kind of what I look at. Some of the names that are floating around out there that's got some really high reviews is, of course, Milwaukee, Porter Cable, DeWalt, Makita. They're all, you know, top of the line stuff, and a few of them you're going to pay for a name, and we're not here to bash companies, so we won't name names. But there are some of them that produce products that are very similar to other products. In fact, if you run one and picked up the other one, you would barely tell the difference if you wouldn't recognize the name or the color of the machine. So all that gibberish being said, what I have here in front of me, and again, not promoting a brand, ever do I do that. There are others out there that are equally good and some better. But the most bang for the buck, I was looking for a small plunge router, and this one was on sale, and I do not recall where I got it. Amazon, I believe, but it is, as you see, a Porter Cable. And it came with a plunge base, and it came with a rigid base or a stationary base. And I was looking for one of these small ones. This is only a 1 1/4, because some of the things I don't do really large projects. Not that I wouldn't, simply don't have the room. So when they're any bigger than about 4 foot square, I got to wait till summertime and do them outside. I can't do them in the summertime because I'm working, so I just literally don't do them. So anyway, this came in on Amazon at about $20 cheaper than a DeWalt product that's very, very similar. Now, I suppose I've opened a door for debate, DeWalt versus Porter Cable versus DeWalt, but that isn't what I'm at here. For goodness sakes, if you like DeWalt tools and you don't mind spending the extra 20 bucks or so, then go get a DeWalt like this. I'm sure it'll run you as long as you want to run it, and it'll do everything you want it to do. But I am conservative minded when it comes to dropping money for brand names. So I bought this Porter Cable. That's reason number one. Reason number two, I have other Porter Cable stuff here, equipment that I use that has serviced me really well. So personally, I have not had Porter Cable do me wrong as far as the machinery doing as advertised. So that's the second reason. Third reason, Porter Cable's got, and I've not had to use it for years, so I'm kind of speaking out of a historical experience. Porter Cable has a pretty good service setup. So those are the three reasons I bought Porter Cable. This little router does everything I want to do. It's a plunge router, and I didn't have one. I used to do all the work on my router table, and it was kind of a pain. You had to set up start and stop blocks and route the edges of stuff, and then keep moving your fence back and route the core of the project out, your inland things in. And I just wanted to get something that was a little more applicable for blocking something on the bench here and routing it out and being done, and this filled the bill. With it, I got this by the same brand name, Porter Cable. I got this set of bushings that go in the plunge base to do the routing with. And there are other ones out there. In fact, I'm not downplaying these. I like these really well. But if you'll notice here, there's literally two sizes of everything. In other words, there's two of everything here that you're going to work with. So what happens is, if I can get them out of here, if you take that one and that one, and you look at the ends of them, the holes in the middle are, the holes through here where the shaft go, are almost identical. There's just enough difference in them that when you go from this one to this one cuts out what they refer to as the negative. In other words, this is in your router, and you route around your template, and that cuts your negative out, or the recess that your inlay is going in. Then this one goes in where this one was, and with an 1/8 inch downcut bit, this will route the positive of what you're going in. Like if you're putting in a, inlay in a butterfly or a bow tie or something, or letters that don't have really sharp corners. That's what this is about. Now, this is limited in the fact that there's only there's only two sizes here that do that. And the other option is they make a router inlay kit. There's several companies that do. Woodcraft has one, and I believe Rockler sells them, where there is this part is brass, and then there's a bushing that goes over. You slide over this that is held in place by friction, and with the bushing on, you cut the negative, and you pull the bushing off, and you cut your inlay. This is not a bad setup, but I do believe the bushing would be a little handier. And I'll probably have a bushing set up for an 1/8 inch bit before long. This worked out. I had no problem with it. But I could just see where it would be more convenient to pull a bushing off or put a bushing on than it would be to stop and unscrew the knurl nut on the back and drop the pilot out and put a new one in. So that's what's been going on here. This came, both bases and a bag that came in, which is nice because I'm running out of room in the shop here and I need to be able to keep stuff movable. Other than that, been making hay and building roads and building stack pads, and we've had rain here yesterday and today, so I'm off and had to come out and clean up the shop because it looked like a bomb went off in it, and wanted to touch base with y'all. So shop wisely when you're looking for tools, and just because something is more money does not mean it's not worth it, and just because something is inexpensive does not mean it may not work for you. So look at reviews from other guys that work with these things. I have personal preferences for tools. If money was not a factor, which just about everybody's household today is, money is a big factor. There are a couple tool brands that I really like, and I think their quality is exceptional good, and I think their quality control is exceptionally good. But unless I was in some high rate production mode, I probably won't own them anytime soon. Used this router once since I bought it. Don't even have anything on the books for it anytime soon, so it may sit here for a month for you, maybe 2 months. So that's kind of what you got to look at. How often are you going to use it? How much wear and tear is on it? And that kind of dictates the quality you need to look at. And then from there, it's a matter of price and preference of what you want to use. So, hey, I hope you all is doing well, and Get away from the video games and go build something, even if it's only a birdhouse. And you all take care.